Hey, it's that time of year, time where I break out the pressure cooker and I make my beef stew. And in this case today, I'm going to make my Italian beef stew. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how and show you how easy it is and how quick it is if you do it in a pressure cooker. So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to be making Spezzatino di Manzo, otherwise known as Italian beef stew. And we're going to be doing it in a pressure cooker so I can show you just how quick you can make this even on a weekday night. So what do we got going here? We got lots going here. I've got some chuck roast diced up here in about 1 inch pieces. I've got some little baby potatoes here. I'm going to keep them whole because they're so small, they'll cook nicely. I've got some carrots that are the little baby carrots. I'm not even going to cut those up. I got some parsnips. I got 3 parsnips that I cut into 1 inch pieces. I got some celery, again cut into 1 inch pieces, and I kept the tops and all. 4 cloves of garlic that we're going to go ahead and flavor our olive oil with. A couple of sprigs of fresh rosemary. Some bay leaf, some thyme, crushed thyme. We got some salt, pepper, garlic, a few chili flakes here, and some tomato sauce and white wine. That's it. Not too many ingredients. What I'm going to do is going to get right into this. I'm going to go ahead and brown off my beef here real quick. I want to get that nice browning going on here. I've got some olive oil already in here. Actually, before I do that, I want to throw my garlic in here and flavor that olive oil up. And then I'll get into my beef. So let's go ahead and brown the olive oil. Really can't see into my pot, but it is browning off in here. We don't want to overcook it. Our garlic is nice and brown, smelling good. I'm going to go ahead and pull this garlic out of here. And then what we'll do is we'll get our beef in to brown it off a bit, and I'm going to do this in probably 3 batches. There we go. I don't want to overcrowd it. I want to cool this down. I'm going to go ahead and give it some salt, pepper, garlic here for seasoning. We're going to capture all that seasoning after. Get a little bit of that fond going on the bottom of this pan, and it'll be looking pretty good. Setting ourselves up for some nice Italian beef stew. So we'll let that brown off here. Now, while I have this first batch going, what I'm going to do is go ahead and pre-season my other 2 batches. Actually, maybe just get in 1 more batch. So it's ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead, give it some SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. Give it a little toss. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. That's seasoned well. That'll be ready to go when mother comes out. Try and stay ahead of the game a little bit. Okay, first batch is just about done. We got that browned off nicely. We'll get the second batch in. We'll get that browned off. And we'll add our veggies. Maybe a little bit of liquid to that to break up that fond on the bottom of the pan. And then we'll keep right on rolling. All right, first batch down, second batch going in. We'll get this sauteed off, browned off, go in with our veggies. You know what? I'm missing an onion. I just realized I need an onion. So what I'm going to do, let this brown. I'll get an onion, 1 whole medium onion. I'm going to cut that into like 1 inch pieces, and we'll add that as well. Can't forget the onion. Hey, also parsnips. If you don't want to go with parsnips, a nice substitution would be some fennel bulb. Oh, outstanding in a Italian beef stew. So let me go ahead, make some room here. I'll get my onion, get that cut up and ready for the stew pot. And like I said, I'm just going to cut this into some nice big chunks. I don't like to mince this down too much at all, actually. It's beef stew. Everything should be chunky. So I'm just going to take this 1/2, cut it in half, and then cut like 1-inch chunk. Go ahead and give my meat a turn here. There we go, almost there. All right, get this other half of the onion cut up. A couple more minutes on the browning, and now we'll be ready to start layering in the rest of the ingredients. I don't know if I mentioned as well, I got 2 bouillon cubes here that we're going to throw in with that. So, just so you know. Okay, we're there. Get this beef out of here. Could you go with pork? Sure, you could go with pork. And I've never tried it, but I just might do that one time. Wow, there's some goodness going on the bottom of this pan. Alrighty, beef out of the way. Let's go in with our onions. Now we're going to go in with our celery. And whatever fond I've got on the bottom of that pan, that's just going to come right up. There we go. Celery in there. Now before I put my parsnips and my carrots in and my potatoes, I'm just going to give this a nice little stir. There we go. Wow, smells so good. All right, going with the rest of our ingredients. Now you can hear this sauteing in here. I'm going to actually close everything down, reset, and reset the timer on the pressure cooker. Veggies in, potatoes. Going with the meat. We go in with probably about a cup of wine. Go in with a cup of tomato sauce here. Have a little bit of extra liquid, no big deal, except for when I spill it. There we go. Go in with my rosemary, my fresh rosemary. My thyme, and I'm going to go in with a pinch of red pepper flakes, just for a little bit of heat. Alrighty, looking good. Give this a stir. Alrighty, top on. Got that locked. Set my steam release to closed. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And I'm going to reset this for, I'm going to go 20 minutes. I'm going to use my other eyeballs here. 20 minutes. We'll give it a, oh, you know what? I forgot my beef cubes. All right, they're in there. 20 minutes, steam pressure lock is closed. We're good to go. Now we just set it and forget it. And come back in about 20 minutes later, we'll give it a test, or we'll give it a try. Or we'll just check on it. We'll be right back. Alrighty, timer's gone off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick release on the steam. Be very careful when you do this. You could get burned. So, but go ahead and open that up. I'm sure it sounds really great on the microphone there. We'll let the steam release until the safety valve drops and allows us to open the top. And then we'll give it a check to see just how tender this beef has turned out. So we'll let this go for a few. We'll come back and give it a check. Okay, so our pot is depressurized here. enough to allow me to take the lid off. So again, be very careful. There is still steam in there. So we're going to go ahead and pull that off. And wow, first glimpses, it's looking fantastic. Oh my goodness gracious. See if I can turn this over here so you can see. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. So I'm going to give it a quick little stir here. Pull the bay leaves out. If I can get them. There we go. I don't want to bite into one of those. Huh. There we go. Now, try one of these pieces of beef and see how tender it is. And wow. Let's see. Look at that. Just falling apart. Melt in my mouth. I'm also going to go and pull a couple of these sprigs of rosemary out. Now, it's still a little thin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to turn it back on to reheat this. Now I have a slurry over here of cornstarch and cold water that I'm going to use to go ahead and thicken this up. So let me go ahead and turn this back on. Wow. And I'm going to go ahead and add the slurry, make sure that it's broken up and dissolved in here, which it is. Yes, I'm using my finger because I want to feel to see if that cornstarch is actually broken up. I'm going to go ahead and add about a half of this to start. And once this comes back up to temperature, it'll thicken right up. We don't want it too thick, so that's why I'm not going in the entire amount of slurry. And that right there is looking just about perfect. Potatoes look outstanding. Look at that. They didn't break down, okay? Nothing broke down and got all mushy. Parsnips are cooked perfectly. All right, this is almost to another boil here. I'm going to go ahead and ladle some out, and then we'll come in for a try. Before we go ahead and ladle this out, let's get some business done. So hey, this episode, shout out, is to all you Navy Seabees out there. I don't think I've mentioned the Seabees yet. We can build and we can fight. I can't remember the entire song. Shame on me. Let's see, we're the Seabees. No, you don't want to hear me sing. Hey, to all you fighting Seabees out there, all you construction men and women, this episode is dedicated to you. So, let's give this a taste. Actually, let's go ahead and ladle it out first. So, get rid of that. Now you're really going to see just how good this looks. Oh my goodness. This is perfect for a cold winter day. You could serve this over polenta or alongside polenta, over some mashed potatoes, or the way I do it, on its own. So there you have one of the best Italian beef stews, Spezzatino di Manzo. All right. I gotta get some of this juice first. Just gotta go for it. No salt and pepper needed. Wow. I've already tried the beef. That was nice and tender. So let's go in with the potato. Gotta be careful. This is hot. Done perfectly. Not all mushy. So let's go with the carrot and the parsnip here. The flavor is just unreal here. Unfriggin' real. And one more. I'm trying to find a little piece of beef here. There we go. this was melting your mouth. Wow. Please make it. You saw. Like I always say, just how easy it is. Didn't spend hours and hours and hours over a pot in the stove or what have you. 4 hours in a Dutch oven. It's just, you know, actually it's a little more. It's set for 20 minutes. It takes a little time to come up to pressure before it actually starts counting down. So it ends up being about 30 minutes total. And the end result is just phenomenal. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe. Most importantly, share, and right here, bang, hit my logo. Makes it so much easier to subscribe. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.